Hey everybody, welcome to another Legion Live. This is Tim Jordan. Today I'm talking about some massive mistakes that you may be making at trade shows. So let me give a little context here. Last week, my good buddy Normina and I were at the ASD trade show in Las Vegas. The ASD trade show is massive. It is one of the biggest in the country for sure. It's at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it's huge. It has anything from wholesale suppliers to import suppliers to cash and carry suppliers. It's massive. I could not walk the entire show floor in 3 days because it's so big. Now, I started going to ASD maybe 4 or 5 years ago in relation to e-commerce and not just ASD, but other trade shows as well, trying to figure out how I can meet these suppliers, figure out how I can utilize these resources, these manufacturers, these brands to help build my e-commerce business. Now, a lot of maybe of you that are listening have gone to trade shows and attempted to buy direct from manufacturers. Now, if it's a trade show like, I don't know, Canton Fair in China, that's fine. But a lot of Amazon sellers, people that want to sell on Amazon, go to trade shows like the ASD show in Vegas, and they walk around trying to find products that they can resell on Amazon. I think that's a big mistake. I think you're screwing up. I think you're wasting your time essentially, and here's why. Right now, those manufacturers that are exhibiting at trade shows, they don't really want more Amazon sellers because the majority of those Amazon sellers are going to be resellers, right? If I'm a brand and I'm promoting my product, I'm sponsoring, I'm exhibiting at a trade show, I'm going to have 500 people come up to me and say, hey, I'm an Amazon seller. I would love to sell your product. And what's even worse, another way that we as Amazon sellers have screwed up is we've tried to get access to those products without telling the people we're Amazon sellers. So the brand owner may be selling themselves online on Amazon, or the brand owner may have one agreed on distribution partner for selling on Amazon, and they're controlling the listings, they're doing a great job. And then all these Tom, Dick, and Harry freaking resellers show up and say, oh, I have a brick and mortar store, when they don't actually have a brick and mortar store. They just buy a wholesale bundle, or they buy some quantity, and they take it and they list it on Amazon and they undercut the price and they piss off the actual distributors, piss off the brand themselves. We've really stepped on a lot of toes. And right now, if you walk around a trade show and say, I'm an Amazon seller, a lot of times these folks won't even talk to you. They kick you out of the booths. So we have screwed up. We have screwed up at trade shows because we keep going with the same approach, the same mentality, trying to resell the same products. The good news is there's a fix. When I go to trade shows now, I do not walk around and thump my chest and say I'm an Amazon seller. I'm not going to these manufacturers, these brands, and saying I want to resell your product. What I'm doing is I'm learning. Okay. So instead of going to these manufacturers, these brands, and I'll say this, at a trade show like ASD, a lot of them aren't the manufacturers. They're just brands and they're trying to re-wholesale their product out. So they're not even the manufacturers. But what's really, really awesome about trade shows is that these brands are showcasing all of their past year's research. They figured out what people want. They figured out trends. They figured out niches. They figured out what they can sell. And they're essentially telling us everything that they know. So if I walk through a trade show like ASD or one of the home shows in Atlanta or Toy Fair, East or West, any of these things, and I have a conversation with these brand owners, hey, what's trending? What's working now? What are you seeing as a big opportunity? What are you doing this Q4 as opposed to last Q4? They will literally tell you exactly what you want to know. And I don't tell them, hey, I'm an Amazon seller. But what's really, really easy to do is figure out what they see as a trend. Because if we go to Amazon and we're checking trending products from our competitors, we're getting there too late. We're already seeing what's already trended, and then we're seeing the data after the spike already happens. But if I go up to a plush toy manufacturer at a show like ASD, all they do is sell plush toys. They live, breathe, eat, sleep plush toys. That's all they do. They understand this market better than anybody else. They understand the manufacturers. They understand the buyers. They understand the customers. They understand what's happening on social media. They understand what brick and mortar stores are buying, and they tell you the information. So if I want to figure out a next trending item for next year, I can go to a plush animal seller, right, or reseller, and I don't even have to think about plush animals. Well, I can ask them, hey, what's trending this year? Is it the unicorns or the narwhals or the otters? And they can say, oh my gosh, we're seeing everything blow up for unicorns, right? Well, if things are blowing up in the unicorn theme, that transitions everything. Backpacks, party supplies, beach towels, kids' clothes. Like, I can assume that what's trending there is going to be trending a lot of other product categories. And I can take that data back and I can look at, hey, what product opportunities I have to sell. So it takes like 3 or 4 rounds. It's not like I can walk up to a manufacturer at a trade show like ASD, figure out how to make $1 million by working with them. That ship has sailed. They don't want to deal with us anymore. But what I can do is I can get information, I can get data, I can get niches, I can get trending items and ideas, and turn that around and spawn that into either new keyword opportunities, new product opportunities, new niche opportunities, niche, whatever it is, however you call it, niche/niche opportunities. And walking around that trade show floor is massively valuable. Now, the other thing that we're doing, we're screwing up at trade shows, is we're not networking. This is a huge mistake people make. I was speaking at a small stage, the IRC stage, and there are a lot of people there that sell online. They're figuring out how to sell online, but they've never come to an event. They've never come to a trade show. They've never come to a conference. And they were spending their time walking around alone. And there's one point where I was standing next to a woman who said, I've never been to anything like this. And I've been selling online for 2 or 3 years. I don't know any other online sellers. And on the other side of me was another woman who was basically saying the same thing. And I literally grabbed their shoulders and pushed them close to each other, like in a non-creepy way. I said, hi, so-and-so meet so-and-so. So you guys need to have lunch because you've both been doing this for 2 or 3 years together. You have nobody in the industry that you can talk to or support. And they looked at each other like I was crazy. And they're like, yeah, let's go get lunch. Now, I don't know. I don't remember who they were. I may never run into them again, but maybe they sat down and became friends, or they compared notes or something. The things that helped me grow the most in e-commerce was networking, spending time with people. And people go to these trade shows all the time, and they're not even keeping their eyes or ears open for networking opportunities, for collaboration opportunities, for potential mastermind members. They're not doing that. It's a huge mistake that people are making. When I walk into Toy Fair, which is, obviously a big toy show, it is not Amazon centric. It's not even e-commerce centric. But there are hundreds of people that are e-commerce experts walking that floor just like you. And if you're not shaking hands and meeting random people, you're going to miss big opportunities. So there's my soapbox speech. Like I said at the beginning, Norm and I spent a lot of time at this ASD trade show last week, and it was mind-boggling how many people went there and are going to be disappointed because they went there thinking I can walk into these trade show vendors and I can get access to their products and I can buy wholesale and this is going to be great. And hi, Olga, good to see you. And what they don't know is that they're wasting their time. What they should know is that trade shows are magical, they're wonderful, they're amazing, but you have to go there for the right reasons with the right mindset. And if you stop playing follow the leader and doing what everybody else is doing, you can find big opportunities. So my challenge, go to trade shows, walk the floors, take pictures of as many things as you can, write down keyword opportunities, meet as many people as you can, talk to manufacturers about what's trending, and start striking up conversations with random people in the lunch line, in the coffee shop line, because those people may end up being some of the most supportive community members and friends that you have in the industry. Hope this is helpful. I appreciate you letting me preach at you for a minute about some mistakes that I saw people making specifically last week, but I've seen it for years. And again, I challenge you to get out there, meet some folks, go to trade shows. And I think it's great. Let us know what other topics you like on these Legion Lives. We can just jump on here really quick, answer questions. We can talk about specific things. We love having feedback from you. Make sure, if you would, to like this video on whatever platform you're seeing it on. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, comment below about your experience with trade shows. Have you ever been to a trade show? Have you had good success, bad success? And let us know. Appreciate it. Love y'all. See you next week.